Good morning guys and welcome back to the channel. Now I owned my Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus for about 3,000 miles or so, a little bit more than 3,000 miles, and I love it. Let's just face the facts, I really love the car, but during these 3,000 miles there are a few things that you start to notice that kind of bugs you a little bit or start to annoy you. So today what I want to talk about is 5 things that I noticed over the time of the ownership of my Model 3 here that is starting to become just a little annoying. So that's what we're going to talk about today. A quick little update on the condition of the wheels here and what I think about these. They've been on now for about, I would say 2 weeks or so, and I think it just totally completely transforms the look of this car. And I think I'm pretty much done with the mods now. I might add a diffuser back here that is a different design, which has some slots in it, but the size of it is going to be exactly pretty much the same. So you take this off, plug in a new diffuser that has a little bit more aggressive design to it. But other than that, I don't know, I think I'm pretty done with this, with the mods for this car. I'm sure they're gonna come up some other things that I want to add if I see them, when I see them, but for the moment I'm not sure what that would be. Anyway, so let's start with annoying thing number 1 with the Tesla is in highway speeds. I've talked about this before. So inside here I start to hear some flapping noises when I drive about 75 or something like that, and that used to come from this right here. So you can hear that the plastic or the inside of the wheel well here is a little bit loose. But however, the cool thing is when I switched to these wheels, they might have done something with the airflow inside of the wheel well, because I haven't heard that since I switched the wheels, which is very weird. Probably the design of the wheels, maybe these turbine inspired wheels here, they kind of suck the air out in a different way. I have no idea, but for that problem it's kind of solved, unless it starts to show up again in a while or so. And if that's the case, I'm going to update you on that as well. Now, second thing is something that's pretty annoying and that I didn't really notice until you guys pointed it out to me in the video. So thank you for that. But that is the build quality of this car. So it's not anything, not generally, but something specific. You can see it clearly from this angle right here, and that is the hood. So if you look at the hood here, we have the cut line going all the way up here obviously, and down here, and then you can see it goes up here, down here, and then all the way back to the other corner. But now, specifically now that when the sun is on here, you can see that this part is sticking up a little more than over here. And I didn't notice this until some people started to comment that I think you have a misaligned hood. So let me show you what the solution was for this, or parts solution for this problem is, if we open this up, let me just see the frunk right here. So part of the solution, so the same people who noticed the problem also gave me a solution, and that's always appreciated. Not just showing a problem, but also coming with a solution. So these things right here, this was supposed, I think these were inverted when I first opened it. So this was all the way screwed in and this was all the way screwed out. So these are some just when it hits the metal or the plastic right here, sits against or pushes against this piece right here. So what I did was just invert this to kind of have it, that one pushed up a little and this one pushed down. So it helped a little bit, but it's not completely flat right now. If you can see it still, you have this opening right here. So I have to figure out how to solve that little issue, but it's not really a big deal to me. But now that I know of it, then you know, it gets kind of annoying because you look at it now every time you walk past the car. Annoying thing number 3 is still this door and the sound of it makes when I open it. So take a listen to this. You hear that cracking noise? It's coming from somewhere here. And I'm not sure what that is. It's very annoying. And I think I've had it since about a couple of days after I bought the car. It's not one of these things that is so annoying that I'm going to contact the Tesla support and have them drive out, because it's not that bad. I'm probably the best customer for any sort of company, because I rarely have complaints, even though there might be something off. I just don't really care that much to have it fixed. It doesn't bother me that much to have that fixed. And the same goes for the door here. And you can see, I just cleaned the car yesterday, and then you have the birds going and do something like that. So thanks for that as well, birds. But this is one of the problems that I don't really care about. It is a little annoying. However, if you open it slowly, it only makes one little crack. So that's good news, I guess. Annoying thing number, are we 4 or 5? I'm not sure. Let's just continue. There are a few things I still have to cover, so it might be more than 5. But the 4, let's go with 4 here. The 4th thing is that I don't like I don't specifically like the interior of the car. It's very toned down. It's very minimal. Yes, I understand that. And I also understand that they did this. They did the interior like this because they wanted to get the product to market as fast as possible. And the more complicated the interior pieces are, the more time is going to require to deal with different types of suppliers and designers and engineers. So the simpler you have it, the faster and quicker you can get the product to market. So I totally understand why it's so simple. But now, for example, when I did the video on the Kia EV6, I just looked at that interior, and you know, it would be nice to have some more design and not have it be so sterile, some more emotional design in here, to just have it be more homey, I guess is the word. But it's not a big complaint, but I think they could probably, now that they have more time for the 2nd generation Model 3, I hope they would add some features in here, some design features that are just beautiful to look at. All right, so annoying thing number 5, the last thing that I just noticed the other day actually, is, I'm not sure it's gonna happen right now, but let's see. It's the windshield wipers. So let's put the windows up right here, and let's see if it's gonna make this jump at the bottom. So let's just turn this on. Oh, well, now it's not doing it, so maybe I was wrong there. I'm not sure. But what used to happen is, when the wipers went all the way down, it used to like jump violently and then setting into place, if that makes sense. I was trying to figure out what made it jump like that. So the blades themselves would just, before they settle all the way down, they would make this weird jump and then settle. But I don't know what that was, because it doesn't seem to be doing that right now. So I guess that problem is solved as well. So out of the 5 problems or annoying things that I had, I think 2 of them might already be solved. Well, maybe 3, because the interior isn't really that big of an issue. However, I want to mention something that's kind of a Tesla general thing with the range, and that is the range when you're driving on the highway, because driving in the highway really drains the battery a lot quicker than I thought it would. And that could be a problem if you want to go on long road trips and you don't really have time to stop to charge. That's not something that I'm usually, you know, have an issue with, because I don't usually go on long road trips with this car. We did it once and that was okay because we had time, so we just stopped right in the middle and just filled it up and recharged. But if you want to go, especially if you have a Standard Range Plus, and if you want to go on long road trips, it might be a good idea to plan the trip out, because it does drain a lot of battery when you're going in a constant speed of let's say 70 or 75. And there is a huge difference if you're going 70, let's say 70, or if you're going 80. So 80 is gonna drain the battery maybe 20-25% quicker than if you go 70. I'm sure the battery technology will improve over time, and the range, it's not gonna be a problem for a very long after the 1st generation Model 3, because we're starting to see batteries now with the Lucid Air, for example, and a lot of other cars at least claiming to have the batteries to 500-mile range on a single charge. And when we get to that point, then it makes sense to buy EVs even more, because you can charge it in 20 minutes or 25 minutes or so, and on top of that you have a range that's 500 miles. So that means that once those 500 miles are up, you're gonna have to take a break anyway to either eat or go to the bathroom or whatever. And during that time, you can always charge the car. Making this video, I had kind of problems coming up with 5 things, if I'm honest, that I really dislike about the car. As I said, I love everything about it. There are just a few tiny things that could be solved. Annoying things such as the door, for example. That's probably the main thing that I'm annoyed by, that it makes a squeaky noise when you open the door. I might ask Tesla to come out and see what that might be about if it doesn't go away by itself. I've looked into it and I can't really find a solution online. So if you have any solution for what it might be, let me know in the comments below. But as always, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.